So the Xiaomi Watch S5 is a fully fledged smartwatch that can track your ticker, inform you that you suck as much at sleep as you do at being awake, and even tell you the bloody time if you fancy it, all for just 150 British pound. But is it actually a worthy, budget-friendly wearable? Well, I've had it strapped to my arm these last couple of weeks, so here's my full Xiaomi Watch S5 review. And for more on the latest and greatest tech, please do poke subscribe, ding that notifications bell. Cheers! Now the Xiaomi Watch S5 is a 46mm smartwatch, so on the bigger side, but it doesn't feel ludicrously oversized on my embarrassingly waif-like wrists. It is quite chunky, as you can see there on the side profile, but the actual screen bezels are surprisingly skinny, so that helps to keep the watch reasonable size. Now Xiaomi has done away with the interchangeable bezels for this generation, sadly, but the good news is I didn't once feel the urge to change up the design of the Watch S5 because it looks bloody lovely. You've got a monocoque forged stainless steel casing, apparently. Yeah, you heard me right, monocoque. That means single shell, apparently, so no internal frame. Incidentally, your Uncle Spurt also monocoque, but with an entirely different meaning. Now this right here is the ceramic blue model featuring a zirconia ceramic bezel and a genuine leather strap. Soz vegans, and the strap actually matches the colour of the casing as well, which is a rather lovely little touch. As I mentioned before, that glossy bezel is on the skinny side and it's raised ever so slightly above the surface of the screen. This for an added bit of protection in case you happen to accidentally slam it against any flat surfaces. And while it's not particularly skinny, it is refreshingly light. The Xiaomi Watch S5 weighs a tadpole's todger under 50 grams. That doesn't include the strap. So I certainly did notice on those rare occasions I actually took it off my wrist, but it certainly didn't weigh me down or anything like that. Oh, and this watch, fully water resistant as well, can withstand up to 5 atmospheres of pressure. I took it in a couple of swimming pools, I took it in the sea for a good bit of swimming as well. Absolutely no issues. What I would say though is the screen is rather unresponsive when it is wet, so certainly if you're going to be logging a swim or something like that, get it started before you get yourself in the drink. Now you've got a 1.4-inch AMOLED display slapped on the Xiaomi Watch S5, so it's slightly enlarged for this generation. That's aided once again by those super skinny bezels. And sorry, I'm obsessed for some reason with this random watch face starring Argentinian footballer Alvarez. That would be a great way to show off the super crispy 480 by 480 pixel resolution of that panel. So certainly smaller text clearly legible on this thing. And you've got a 60Hz refresh rate as well, so reasonably smooth, certainly for a budget-friendly smartwatch when you are zipping through those HyperOS menus. Pleasingly poppy to make the most of those quite colourful menus, and supremely bright as well, hits around 2500 nits peak brightness. So I took this thing out to Greece with me when I went on my holidays, had bugger all issues seeing what was going on even in really strong sunlight. The auto brightness was fine as well, however the always on display is rather dim, so it's fine in more ambient conditions like this, but certainly when you're outside I had absolutely bugger all chance of seeing it, so I ended up having to wake the watch every time. Oh, and speaking of that always on display, I found that while I was testing this thing this past couple of weeks, I would turn on the always on display and then the following day it would just completely switch itself off again, so I'd have to go back into the settings, set it up. Really bloody annoying, but the watch did just receive an update a couple of days ago and that seems, touch wood, to have sorted it out, which is good because I just thought this was some cunning trick of Xiaomi's to further extend the battery life. Now, as usual, you pair up your smartwatch with your smartphone using the Mi Fitness app, which you can freely download from the likes of Google's Play Store. And this will then give you a full overview of all of your health stats. If you want to check up on those, you can also tap on Device and then switch up the watch faces and piddle about with all of the various settings. So for instance, you can set exactly which apps are allowed to give you a wee buzz on the wrist for the notifications. You can set up all your fitness shenanigans, including continuous heart rate monitoring. Turn off the break reminders because they're just bloody annoying. You can also set up your contactless payments, all kinds of shenanigans. And the Xiaomi Watch S5 is running Xiaomi's very own HyperOS. It's not Wear OS, so the layout is quite different. So for instance, if you swipe down the screen or you use the rotating crown, you'll access your notifications. These are pretty basic. You can specify which apps are allowed to notify you, but you can't actually do anything once a notification pops up on your wrist other than sort of check out a little bit of information and then simply dismiss the notification. You can't, for instance, respond to WhatsApp messages like you can on Wear OS watches and also Huawei's watches. If you swipe the other way, you'll access all of your widgets or cards or whatever you want to call them. A swipe left will take you into the clock faces, so you can quickly switch between recent ones that you've added, including your great mate Alvarez. And if you swipe right, it does absolutely bugger all. You can access all of the apps installed on the Xiaomi Watch S5 with a tap of that rotating crown. Quite a few chucked on there, although of course there's no Google Play Store support or anything with this being HyperOS. So you can't simply download fresh apps. Basically what you see is exactly what you get. And then there's also another wee shortcut button housed here beneath the rotating crown. If you tap that in, it basically loads up the control center. And this allows you to switch on various features like raise to wake, for instance, do not disturb, power saver mode, all that useful shenanigans. The old rotating crown works pretty well. It's generally responsive. And also no complaints on the watch face front because you've got a diverse selection of options, over 200 in total. You can quickly and easily upload fresh faces via that Mi Fitness app. So again, you've got loads of different analog ones, digital ones, animated efforts, something for all the family. However, as far as apps go, as usual, the Xiaomi Watch S5 is rather limited. But thankfully, you've got all of the sort of major stuff slapped on here, the likes of timers and stopwatches, alarms. You've got a voice recorder if you want to record a wee memo or two. You can stick some offline music on here, and of course you've got all of your random health related shenanigans. So you can track exercises, etc. More on all that in a bit. There is an offline maps feature, but unfortunately this didn't seem to be working in the time I was testing the Xiaomi Watch S5. It didn't actually allow me to upload any offline maps to the watch. Hopefully that'll be working soon. As far as contactless payments are concerned, well, the good news is that is supported here in the UK. The less great news is that very few services are actually supported. One of the only ones is Curve, which thankfully I personally use, so that was quite jammy. All you've got to do is set up Curve as your default payment app on your smartphone, and then you can load your card onto your watch. And I found that this was a fairly easy setup, and even better, it worked every time I tested it, even when I was abroad. There's no smart assistant on the Watch S5, which personally I didn't really miss because I don't tend to use it that much on a smartwatch anyway, but some people that might annoy them, I guess. You can take calls through the Watch S5 as well. It's got a built-in microphone and a speaker, and both the mic and the speaker are good enough so you can take a call, even in quite a noisy, annoying environment, as long as you don't mind looking a bit of a twat speaking into your arm like this, like some sort of Star Trek spot or something. And then of course you've got all the usual tracking shenanigans stuffed on here as well, including step count, calorie count, 24-hour heart rate monitoring as well, so it can monitor your resting heart rate, etc. And it does all of this using the more premium sensor that Xiaomi stuffed into the Watch 5. You've got the highly fashionable 60-second checkup slapped on here as well. And this can automatically monitor your various stats, including your heart rate, your SpO2 level, general stress levels, etc. And if you tap screen, then basically just sit there for 60 seconds and it will, again, monitor all of your levels. Just make sure you're not about to keel over or anything. I found that my heart rate tracking seemed to generally co-align with what my Google Fitbit Air reported as well. SpO2 levels were occasionally a bit low here on the Xiaomi Watch S5, so I just turned that off in the end because it was frankly scaring the crap out of me. And as usual, a huge selection of different workouts that you can track as well. If you dive into Add, got plenty of water sports slapped in here, including paddleboarding, which I've noticed is getting rather fashionable these days. Plenty of outdoor activities, including cycling, trekking, triathlons. And if you're down the gym as well, no worries, you've got your treadmill, your elliptical, your rowing machine, all the usual stuff. Various forms of dance, combat stuff, winter sports, even cards and board games. No support for my favourites in there though, Twister and Pop-Up Pirate. And any exercise session that you've tracked, you can check back all your stats and everything in the app later on. Can be quite detailed depending on the workout. So for instance, swimming, you can check out your general pace, stroke rate, etc. Good bit of swolf. Some others like boxing, for instance, a bit more basic, can basically track your heart rate over the entire session. Tell you how much you're training with aerobic and anaerobic. And that's pretty much it. You've also got the option of turning on automatic tracking for some exercise like walking, running, etc. kicks in after it detects you've been doing your bit of exercise for about 10 minutes or so and says, do you want to track this? In which case you can say yes or bugger off and leave me alone. There is also an option for auto detecting when you finish exercise, in which I would highly recommend turning on if you're like your Uncle Spurt, a bit of a ditz, and sometimes you start a workout and then just forget to end it. Like for instance, this near 14-hour marathon elliptical effort, which was actually only 20 minutes, didn't realize until later that night that it was still going. And then, oh yes, you've got your usual obligatory bit of sleep tracking, which frankly I think is about as useful as tits on a fridge, all things considered. It seems to be reasonably accurate, certainly when it comes to, waking up in the middle of the night because you've got to drain your useless old bladder. It can also compare you to some cute, fluffy creature as far as your sleeping goes. I'm apparently a koala, presumably because I like to sleep up trees. The advice it offers generally on the obvious side, don't go to bed too late and, don't drink half a bottle of whiskey before you pass out, as if. But certainly one of the absolute best bits of the Xiaomi Watch S5 is the battery life. Now, the previous generation, the old Watch S4, had a 486 mAh capacity battery. This has absolutely exploded here on the Watch S5, not literally, thankfully. And now you've got a whopping great 815 mAh battery. So the old Xiaomi Watch S4 lasted pretty much bang on 5 days from a full charge, and that was with all of the features switched on, which is a pretty bloody good effort, better than, most Wear OS watches and almost as good as those Huawei watches. However, vast improvement here on the Xiaomi Watch S5. I had this thing on my wrist pretty much continuously for almost a fortnight. Again, with all of the various health tracking, etc. switched on. Yeah, it took almost that full 2 weeks to fully drain that battery. Of course, I will ahoy in the caveat that yes, that always on display kept switching itself bloody off. But even if that had been on the entire time, I still would have got at least a week and a half out of this thing. Unfortunately, the charging dock is a proprietary effort. It's not wireless charging, it does use pogo pins, so you just, as usual, slap your watch on there. It's held in place with a pretty powerful magnet, so an accidental knock shouldn't break that connection, and then it takes a good hour or so to charge up. But as I say, because this watch basically lasts the best part of a fortnight on a single charge, you shouldn't have to take the dock away with you unless you're going on a proper long trip somewhere. So it's just as well as it does not support wireless charging. And there you have it, my lovelies. That in a tasty wee nutshell is the Xiaomi Watch S5, a new budget-friendly wearable costing £150 here in Blighty. And there's certainly lots to love about it, including the excellent battery life. The performance generally been absolutely fine. And display, nice crispy, poppy and super bright, which is great news if you happen to live somewhere sunny. And you've got some pretty respectable fitness tracking shenanigans on there, certainly enough to satisfy most casual users. Of course, there are some caveats as well. It's not Wear OS, so the notification support is pretty basic. The number of apps is rather limited, and while you do have contactless payments, it's not quite as flexible as what you'd get from something like Google Pay. Anyway, that's what this knackered old northern knobber reckons, but what do you guys think of the Xiaomi Watch S5? Are you tempted? It'd be great to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Please do subscribe and ding that notifications bell while you're down there, and have yourselves a really wonderful rest of the week. Cheers, everybody. Love you.